Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition with Chaos Counseling. Um, Last time we had successfully finished killing all the dragons, which was nice. Shoot, I don't remember the area. We completed Vivian's personal quest. We did some questing for Cullen to learn more about Samson's armor.
Did you see Scout Grandin on your way back? Grandin was a... I'm starting...
Let's see, I said
he was supposed to
Liliana,
send
whom
word
we
back.
thankfully saw
Keep
her.
an eye
We
out for him, please. For me.
Yeah.
I help our
Shoot.
soldiers defend against a Hakanai.
Did I already say we did Vivian's side
Absolutely.
quest? Because we did
We've
do
lost
Vivian's
enough men
side
to them.
quest. Oh.
Don't you like the idea of
But having solid
And then
ground
we
is
were
far
able
below
to
me with
start
nothing but air in between
the...
us.
Oh yeah, we did Blackwell's side quest. That was like the very first thing that we did. Where we found out that his real name was Tom Rainier.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I'm a little uncomfortable with heights.
Yeah, and then we actually got, at least in terms of exploration, we still have plenty of quests to do, but we have actually explored about half of the Frostback Basin's DLC. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to finish this DLC today and possibly start the Deep Roads DLC. Because that is the DLC that I'm like... Because this one, I mean, I've mentioned before, I actually considered not even doing this one. Because it doesn't really do much besides maybe some world building. It doesn't really impact the story in later Dragon Age games. I mean, I got some really damn good weapons, so I'm kind of glad that I did. But, yeah, words. But yeah, this DLC doesn't really have like any lasting effect on the overarching narrative of Dragon Age, which is why I didn't consider doing it. But it's fun and it's pretty. And honestly, this is one of the best areas to explore in any Dragon Age game. And definitely probably one of the best in... I mean, it has some frustrating bits, like I mentioned, because there's a lot of cliffs, there's a lot of dips, so it can be difficult to properly get around, but I digress. And again, that's because since this was a DLC and they were able to work on just it and not have to be like, we got to get a whole game out at a deadline. I mean, okay, they had to get this whole DLC out on a deadline, but I think you kind of know what I mean. Oh. Okay, let's grab some shards and we'll go check. Actually, let me mark it on my map so I don't forget. Because knowing me, I will forget. But yeah, I'm very grateful for everyone who turned up for our sponsored stream yesterday. If for no other reason than, well, it was just great to have Flays on the channel again. Yeah, it's always... Yeah, I really do... I am very happy that Flays has moved on to bigger and better things. But I'm not gonna lie. I mean, and she couldn't really come down every week like she used to record because she doesn't live near us anymore. I mean, okay, she does, but she used to live like just a short drive. Now it's a kind of an investment to drive down to us. Anyway, words. But, yeah, I do... I mean, we all kind of stopped and reminisced at the start of the stream yesterday about... Well, not the start of the stream, but partway through the stream, I think, when we were all giggling like psychos about how much we do kind of miss... Oh, shit! You know, being able to meet up regularly and have some of that chaos, because... Don't get me wrong, I do deeply love our, I do enjoy our streams But I also miss, you know, being surprised when Flays would, you know, edit the video, and then all of a sudden, you know, her goofy edits would pop up because she thought she had an idea for a funny joke or whatever.
I fear they've already.
Then I also just miss kind of the energy that we all had, you know, recording together. Because, I mean, let's be real. There was a time that I actually... So, very, 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 very early days of the channel. Like, I'm talking, like, when we had less than, like, 20 videos on the channel. We were, and back when we were just doing short 20 minutes Let's Plays, back when we had no proper editing, no proper microphone, blah, 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 etc., etc., etc. Because of our schedules, I mean, this hasn't changed too much, unfortunately, because Abby and I couldn't record super frequently together, was resulting in kind of a stagnate, us only uploading like once every every other week, it felt like. I was like, hey, maybe we should do our own unique stream, our own individual series. So I actually, ironically enough, started a solo playthrough of Dragon Age Origins. But while this is the wrong rock, son of a bitch. After I think only like 3 or 4 episodes of it, combined with the fact that I was, you know, just being a little too focused on making sure I didn't go over 20 minutes long. Because I think at the time that was the ideal length for just Let's Play videos. I just wasn't making much progress, and I just kind of realized I was barely talking, I wasn't funny. I mean, I still stand by that I'm not that funny. Like, when I make a joke, it usually bombs, but the reason why, you know, any humor that I had in other, in like the group Let's Plays, the reason they worked was because we had Flays and Abby here to react to it. And as we kind of saw, me kind of being, not the straight man, but the, I don't know, just me being kind of the butt of the joke in a sense, which, for the record, I'm actually okay with it in the context of our Let's Play videos, because it was less that I was like, they were making fun of me, and more I was the one who was like pushing back against the vibe in a sense. But yeah. Like, honestly, and I mean, even my edgelord stuff, I freely admit it's not that. But yeah, point is that, yeah, because again, my big problem is after a while, I do tend to just get hyper-focused on the game itself and stop making commentary if I don't have anyone to talk with in the live stream chat, which is why I think my solo live streams are going a little better than my solo Let's Play series back in the day. But anyway, after like a couple episodes, I'm like, these aren't interesting, these aren't fun, these are actually kind of painful. So I promised I'd never do something solo again for the channel. But
those could assist the soldier.
And you are?
Done it, your worship.
Der Mortisan said...
I'm merely late, sir. I was not to return until I'd gathered evidence on the Nox Mortar.
You're gathering...
The Nox Mortar. I was just... If you're out here anyway, your worship, I can... He would no doubt appreciate any efforts made on his behalf.
What is the Nox Mortar exactly?
A skulking beast the master believes lies somewhere in the basin.
That's not
because,
very
like, I know I actually bought...
I'm afraid specificity eludes us,
What was
sir.
it, earlier this... When did I play Sonic 06? Was it this year or was it last year? But I specifically bought... Well, no, Kendall and I said several times we absolutely wanted to play Sonic 06 for the channel. But just because we all had there were just so many other games that we kind of were more, we had higher priority to play. We just never got to. I never got to tracking a copy down for us to play it for the channel. Sorry, I just put a powdered donut in my mouth. So it wasn't until I bought it for that stream again either earlier this year or last year that we actually got around to doing something that, again, Flaze and I said we wanted to do basically since the channel first started. Heck, I bought Sonic Unleashed for the Xbox because Flaze and I talked about wanting to, you know, play some more Sonic games for the channel. And she had said that she was a fan of Sonic Unleashed. To be perfectly frank, I only played it a little bit, but I was a fan too. However, and this wasn't something I really thought, I didn't realize about at the time, because we both had Wiis growing up, we didn't have Xboxes growing up.
That's an Inquisition dagger.
I didn't get an Xbox 360 till
Harding
college.
said that scout might try something stupid.
But I bought the Xbox 360 version specifically because I figured, oh, it probably would run smoother. Which is, I don't know if that's true or not. But what I didn't realize at the time, and what I'm a little concerned about... Oh, the other reason I bought the Xbox version is because I knew it had an... Like, so in the Wii version of the game, all you can do is... you basically have a level select. You go to the different towns, but it's an overhead map where you look down and you pick people to interact with or whatever. Whereas the PlayStation and 360 version had like actual overworlds you could explore, kind of like Sonic Adventure or Sonic 06. And that just sounded more fun to me. So that's the version of the game I got. But found out that actually
Something's wrong.
the Wii version in many respects is actually the better version to play because of the sun medals and the moon medals. At least, okay, to be fair, I haven't played enough of either to really be able to give my own personal opinion. I'm quoting, like, a YouTuber. It's like, well, in many respects, the Xbox version is the superior version because it's how it is technologically how the game was meant to be played or whatever. But you have to, like, go out of your way to get all the sun and moon medals you need to progress the story. Whereas the Wii version, getting the sun and moon medals is much less of a pain in the ass. But I digress.
The Inquisition soldier.
Inquisitor, I've abandoned my post, haven't I? I had cause, just missing the permission part.
Harding told us about your friend Jace.
He was
Trying to
studying
think,
at the
what
university.
did I decide the next Sonic game was going to be?
Jace wasn't a soldier, he wasn't even armed.
Because I
After
got
this, he
Sonic
was going to
Colors
join Valve
remaster specifically for that. And I haven't played that one yet, but
I can't let this happen.
I'm not as eager to play that one
sorry, Grant.
as I was Sonic X Shadow Generation, so I don't feel the need to prioritize it. I'm just happy I have it.
Never had the skill for combat.
I don't have any classic Sonic games to play. I've still got Adventure that I can play,
The jaws of Hakan
Sonic
almost ended that
Heroes.
I was
I could
bleeding out.
technically do a playthrough of Sonic Forces just as me if I wanted to do something really quick, because that game is not long at all.
Not like Jace. I will protect them, Inquisitor. Then, will you stop, or will the rage take you?
This is bad.
Very well. Go.
Thank you, Inquisitor. I serve your cause. I swear to it.
Okay. I admit I was barely listening to that conversation because I was thinking about Sonic. So maybe, unlike Cole, or that was actually a more aggressive spirit that I didn't realize.
Oh, here you are. I was just going to look for you. I have something for you. I saw it and thought that would be perfect for our Inquisitor. Oh, pants. There's a bit of dried blood on the back. Sorry.
I come into contact with enough blood. It doesn't bother me.
You do, don't you? I shouldn't have been so worried about cleaning it. You'll just get it bloody again.
I've news about Scout Grandin.
Maker. Don't tell me. He's dead, isn't he?
He's not dead, technically. He's actually possessed and taking revenge on the Hackenites.
I was not expecting that answer. I need some time. But he's as good as dead, isn't he?
Ah.
I'll miss him. Boy was great company.
Okay, that
Terrible
was
jokes,
what
but
I missed.
that was a part of
I
his
thought it
charm,
was...
You know?
Sorry, again, because I wasn't paying attention, and that's on me. I thought it was kind of a situation like, Justice from the DLC, where he was dead, and then a spirit just took control of his body in order to keep doing good, not he was still living and being possessed by a demon like the little girl from the Shale DLC in Origins. So that's my bad, and I apologize, guy. Because I might, well, I highly doubt I'd be able to drive the demon out without killing him. So, I don't, since I think, if we remember from Origins, the only way to purge a spirit from someone without killing the person is to confront the demon in the face. Well, then again, we have Solus, so it's possible that we could have done something like that. Since he is an expert on... Well... I freely admit, I'm not 100% sure, at least in regards to, what's it called? In Dragon Age Origins, I admit, I'm not 100% sure if what we did, going into the Fade to confront the demon that was possessing, shit, I forget the kid's name. The Arl's son is the same thing as what Solus does, because I don't know if like the mage was being physically sent into the Fade, kind of like what we did when we confronted the wardens at Amaranthine, or if it is just the same thing Solus does of dreaming and entering the Fade, you know? So, I digress. A point is, I'm like, oh, well, maybe even having Solus wouldn't really help in this situation, is kind of what I'm getting at. God damn it. Fucking hate web pages. Like, you're looking at something, and then, like, a stupid fucking ad or something about the page resets, and it just completely throws off what you're looking at. Are you shitting me? Christ, I hate how ridiculous advertising has gotten on websites, to just how much they can, like, clusterfuck your screen and just block your view of what you're trying to look at. Because a website that I like reading, or, well, liked reading, I'm a lot more frustrated with it now, is a website called Not Always Right. It's a website where people can post stories about stupid asshole customers being, you know, dickweeds or whatever. Which, by the way, just the point I want to reiterate that a friend of mine made, the customer's always right statement, the full quote is, the customer's always right in terms of taste. Meaning that, you know, if a customer wants to, you know, order, you know, something that is objectively, you know, god-awful and looks terrible, they're right, because they're the ones who are going to buy it. They're the ones who are going to display it in their home or whatever. So, yes, they are right, but that doesn't mean they're always right. You have to bend over backwards to cater to every outrageous demand they have. But anyway, it's a website I discovered in college, and it's just always kind of a cathartic ha ha ha. Especially since even if the stories are true, they're definitely embellished on the part of the storyteller, so it's kind of funny. Oh, I think the spider glitched out. Just to make the customers look, you know, worse, and usually get the customers, you know, kind of get the fuck you that they deserve, if you know what I mean. But the problem that I've been having is, as of late, because of how they've been doing the ads, there's a good chance that the ads actually cover like almost all the stories on the page if you're viewing it on a mobile phone. Which, it's like, seriously, if you're, I'm sure these sponsors are paying you a good amount of money, so you want to make sure that you shove them down your customers' throats so they'll keep paying you a lot of money. But I'm like, if you keep pissing off your readers like that because they now can't read the goddamn thing that they're here for, then you're gonna lose money in the long run.
Whatever it is, it must be what Dumbwater's unwanted.
Yeah, I'm assuming this whole whatever this is referring specifically to the bait, not the bear trap, because we've seen bear traps, or at least equivalent traps, before at this point. Right. This is a favorite for going for, not whatever. These things. Jeez, even this late in the game, I'm like at a really high level, and they're still still causing me issues. Solus, dispel their barrier, please. That's like one of the main things. Like, that is like a must-have requirement, for me at least, for every single mage in this game, even me if I'm playing a mage, is that I make sure to get them to dispel spell, like, super early on. Because these are often, like, early game, super difficult demons to fight. Okay, there we go. You know, one thing I can appreciate, for better or for worse, is the fact that, since this is, I mean, then again, thinking about it, maybe I should have put off doing this DLC until later. Heck, maybe even done this DLC after beating Corypheus, but before doing the Trespasser DLC. So that this area is noticeably more challenging than, other, the other parts of the game prior to this point, you know, since it was released kind of with the idea, I'm like, okay, probably a lot of players have beaten the game already. Let's just make something that's actually might be worth their while after they've cleared the main story. So they can come back, you know, with their save files that are left over from when they beat it first time, and
Safe travels, sir.
still feel entertained. Oh well. Like, if I was playing on a harder difficulty, I probably would be getting my ass kicked left, right, and center, but because we're playing on casual, because I'm a casual bitch, we're doing fine.
That Dunnage yet lives while I was so certain of his passing. Make us...
Your scribe, Dunnage.
Ah, yes. I have yet... Pray do not request details so soon. Not when concrete evidence lies yet unturned.
I've evidence of your...
Yes. To observe the mark of the teeth, a beast unclassified. What lies before us is an opportunity to greet the unknowable. Surely, Andraste's herb, if you would take the bait and confirm its existence, I would be in the Inquisition's debt.
What can you tell me about Nox Mortar?
Mere scraps of knowledge gleaned from Bloodstain. They speak of a creature in now. Silence pays it favor. Of course, some of my colleagues deem the beast a mere fancy.
Okay. Where's my deer? There it is. Or my elk. Whatever it is. You know, I also can't help but wonder, because again, this game came out in 2013, 2014. I think it's 24. Okay, I know that the title screen on this game, at least the version I'm playing, says 2014, but I don't know if that's... I don't remember if that was the release date of the game itself, or if that was the release date of the definitive edition that I'm playing. I don't remember. Doesn't matter. But the point is that around this time, the Hobbit films had been released in theaters. Actually, hold on. Before I go any further, I need to confirm that. When was Hobbit the Hobbit Unexpected Journey? Come on. Came out in 2012. Okay. So, I kind of wonder, given that while he didn't play as big of a role in the first movie, he did at least appear, if the developers of this game were inspired to include the deer based on Thranduil's appearance in, like, brief appearance in the first Hobbit movie, riding that big-ass elk. That was... Because, again, even though he didn't really feature into the story, it was an impressive visual nonetheless, you know? Do I think... It's like, again, unlike some of my belief that Skyrim probably had an influence on this game, that's one I am a lot more likely to chalk up as being unlikely. Not impossible, but unlikely. At this point, it's very much like, oh, I wonder if that maybe played a part in it, you know? I'm pretty sure it did play a part in it. Okay, wow. With how powerful this, like, one troll is, oh my god. Maybe I should put off doing more of this DLC, because if I'm having this much trouble with this thing, I'm gonna get creamed if I try to fight the final boss of the DLC, which is a dragon. Never had this much trouble with a giant before. so close. We're so close. What the? Well, that was... Okay, I admit, that was actually pretty damn funny. Okay. I still think I'm probably going to keep exploring this area. Just because... Alright, we're going to actually run in and explore the lair. Find some, you know, see if there's any goodies in here we can loot. And hopefully that will reset things enough that the game will stop registering us as being in combat, so I can place the Inquisition banner or standard or whatever. Solus, sweetie, you okay? Okay, there we go. Else has leveled up. Okie dokie. Fuck. Don't mind me. I was deep in thought, and... I don't know. I was deep in thought, and I just kind of... My brain went far away for a minute. My brain decided to fly away, far away, until I saw the light of day. Anyone who knows what song those lyrics are from, you know, becomes an honorary
How do fish even get
member
into
of the
the
Fuck Yeah
mountains?
crew.
Can they climb? That must be Kenrick's Island. Wonder what's there.
We'll need to find a way out there.
What is this? Are the fishes of Stone Bear Hole too rude to share a meal with friends?
Can the jaws of Hakon not catch their own fish? Or are...
The Inquisitor! Death to the Lowlanders! Glory to Hakon!
You are the Lowlander they call Inquisitor? I am Arvid Rolfson. Well fought. The fish will feed on fool's heart wine this night. I know not what brings you here, but we have no quarrel, you and I.
No, that's correct.
I find myself in need of a boat. I need to reach that island.
Lady's Rest.
What?
That island belongs to the Lady of the Skies. The spirits warn us to leave it be.
Mm-hmm.
Don't suppose that's just a legend?
I don't wish to disturb your lady, but it's important.
If I give you the boat, and you anger the spirits and die, other Lowlanders may come for blood.
That's fair.
That is trouble for my hold, and not my trouble to take. Go to Stone Bear Hold and speak with my thane, as far as Sunhair.
No,
Get
that's
no
totally
blessing,
reasonable.
And you may sail to Korth's Rocky Heart, if you wish.
Yeah, no, that is completely fair. And I like the way he phrased that as like, yeah, letting you go there could invite trouble, and it's not my trouble to invite, or however he phrased it. I liked that. I liked the way he phrased that. Because, yeah. Like, if you make a decision that's going to affect more than just you, realistically, you should have more people. Sorry, I'm going to kind of sort of swing back just to sort of fill this in. Just because I'm sure there'll be landmarks that I can potentially, there might be landmarks, there might be more, okay, I forgot to, like, I wasn't paying as much attention as I probably should have, but when I was collecting the shards, I didn't really keep track. I'm like, oh, did I get them all, or will there be, like, maybe at least one more I have to find to get all the shards in the area? Again, this is kind of another reason, I mean, okay, to be fair, I'm a bit more okay not paying attention because I am pretty familiar with Dragon Age Inquisition. Alright, we can fight. But another reason why I am a little less inclined to play games blind on stream is because I know I'm going to get distracted with chat or other things, which is going to result in me potentially missing kind of important information and important context behind what I'm doing. Which, like I mentioned when I was talking about my Sonic Frontiers live stream, that did it. Like, I even acknowledged on stream while I was doing Sonic Frontiers that, okay, it is going to affect my overall opinion of Frontiers. Specifically the fact that, because I'm not focusing solely on the game, I'm focusing on making sure that I beat it in a timely manner, so I'm not wasting people's time and other things like that. I'm like, I know for a fact I probably would have loved Frontiers a lot more if I had just played it on its own, rather than experiencing it for the first time as a live stream. Because, yeah, I'm not going to... And in my opinion, that is the main reason why I think Infinite Undiscovery was such a disastrous Let's Play or live stream for me. And again, I don't remember who was the one who requested Infinite Undiscovery. I just do know they don't really watch us anymore. It was... I want to say I think it was a YouTuber who had the username Aneat Guy, or it was username Sentient Paperclip. I just do know both of them used to be frequent viewers of the channel, but I haven't seen them in a very long time at this point, and, you know, fair enough. We weren't doing videos that interested them anymore. I'm glad that they moved on to bigger and better things, I hope. But whichever one it was, they asked if I would play Infinite Undiscovery because the way I talked about Tales of Symphonia, they're like, that's how they felt about Infinite Undiscovery. That was their game that, like, changed their life, shaped their blah, 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 blah. And they're like, they'd love to see me play it because I also love RPGs. However, when I did play it, it was still during the time period I was working at my fucking awful hospital job, which meant I never knew if or when I had time to stream for any significant amount of time. And because this is a very big JRPG with a lot of mechanics. I know I've shared this story before, and I apologize if you've heard it, but because I could only stream it occasionally, combined with the fact that I definitely didn't have time to do longer than maybe a couple hours of live streaming at a time. I mean, yeah, okay. Most of my live streams now are just like 3 to 4 hours, and that's partially because I'm actually sleeping well. Back then, I could maybe do an hour to 2 hours if I was lucky. So that's not a lot of time to be live streaming something, especially if it's a big, bulky JRPG. So I was just genuinely, hello, dispenser, turn up the game volume. I can almost turn up the game volume. I can almost hear you. Oh, the game volume's not loud enough. Okay, let me turn up the game volume. Okay, let me know if the game volume is, if that's better. Also, hello, dispenser. How you doing? Oh, you meant turn up my volume? Like you can't hear me very well? Hold on. No, this is the right microphone. Oh, okay. How about now? Does that bet? Oh, but I'm peeking the microphone. Okay, hold on. Let me get the let me move the microphone closer to my face. Maybe that will address the issue. How's that? Is that better? Because, yeah, I don't want to mess too much with the microphone settings as it is. Okay, cool, cool. Hello, Alif. Hello, Dispenser. How you guys doing today? Okay, I need to refill my potions after that fight with the giant. Just completely fubber knocked me. There we go. Potions are refilled. But yeah, honestly, something that I have talked about with Abby for quite a bit, it's just, we really don't have, the problem is we just don't have that much time to stream together. I mean, yes, I know we've been doing it quite a bit with Persona 3. Let's see, I will turn you to oh, jeez. But that's partially because since Persona is an edgelord stream, I'm admittedly a little more insistent that we try to keep a regular schedule with it. But the other problem is Abby and I have a giant stack of games that we need to get through together. But one thing that I'm like, hey, maybe if we streamed Infinite Undiscovery together, then Abby, who is very much an incessant guide user, and I don't mean that in a bad way. It's not my thing. I usually only refer to guides in games if I'm struggling, if I can't beat a puzzle, or I need to find something, or if I just need to do something quickly. For whatever reason, like maybe I'm like, I gotta go to work soon, or I'm on stream and I don't have hours to invest in a puzzle or something like that. But I'm like, maybe if Abby, we play through it together and Abby keeps a guide out, that way I can't run into the issues I was doing with Infinite Undiscovery of not remembering the specific mechanics that the game needs you to use in order to advance. Let's see, if you don't like guides, you'd hate modern Terraria. Oh, jeez. Okay, that's good to know. I mean, I had never really had any intent of... Terraria was just not a game I was all that interested in, but it was one that something that I've actually had people suggest multiple times, and to be fair, I am actually considering it, is that it's like, oh, you should play an MMO, or just something with online multiplayer. I mean, to be fair, we kind of did this with Crystal Chronicles Remastered, but play a game that has online multiplayer as edgelord, so people who like watching edgelord can actually play with edgelord. And again, I'm actually all for that. Like, what I'm thinking of right now, and Terraria was just one that had kind of cropped up as a, hey, maybe you should play this, if you know what I mean. But, like, as of right now, like, when it comes to MMOs, like, specifically MMOs, not just games with online multiplayer, we could do a commute and play that together. What kind of game is Canute again? You've mentioned it before, but I think it was kind of in the middle of, like, my brain being distracted, and I never actually looked that one. You know what? I'm going to look that up right now, and I'm going to leave the tab open on my phone. Just so I don't... Anyway. Heck, I mean, I know another thing... Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that could be fun. I mean, I know that Abby... Like, something that I've been meaning to do, and this was something we talked about doing for, like, a subscriber special back when we still had time to do stuff like that, is we wanted to do... play Jackbox with the audience during a live stream. It just, that has just never happened, and well, there's just life, if you know what I mean. Just life. I feel just that sums up enough with why so many things that we've wanted to do for the channel has just never actually happened. But as of right now, when it comes to MMOs, the games that I've been looking at are Elder Scrolls Online, mostly due to like partially because like one of Abby and I's best friends plays that game. And he also is, he doesn't watch the live streams, mostly just because he's busy too, and he's asleep when I stream usually. But he got to know Edgelord quite a bit. Let's see. Try Twitch streaming on 2 platforms and bring more viewers and reviews. Yeah, we've talked about needing to do that. We just... sorry, that felt really good. Yeah. No, you're not wrong. It's like, honestly, in many respects, Abby and I have kind of not taken the steps to properly grow the channel. But it's because we do kind of like having smaller groups so we can actually properly engage with you guys on stream. But we have talked about a while like dual streaming, but we've never just really... We're not super computer literate, so I don't know what we need to do to make that happen, if you know what I mean. We've also still kind of got issues with... So I am able to keep track... I keep track of like the chat. Like what I have right now is I have my phone sitting next to me and I've just got the video playing on mute. Just so I can actually actively keep track of the live chat. Whereas I know like Flays, she doesn't do that because she uses her phone to kind of keep track of her movement. So because she has a VTube presence. Well, she has a V. Anyway, that yeah. Words. So, and she has it set up that the chat logs will pop up on screen, so she can kind of read them in the corner. Which it's like, I'm not sure how to set that up, especially since Flays does a lot, not all, but does a lot of her streaming on her PC. And just because we've had some issues when we stream off our PC, Abby and I, we do try to mostly stream off console whenever possible, just to avoid those issues. Like, anyone who watched our sponsored stream yesterday might have noticed that there was a black bar on the side of the screen, but only on one side of the screen. That was due to the weird setup Abby had to do in order to make streaming off the PC possible without extensively... Well, it didn't crash the game, but it caused the screen to go black and not display anything. It's odd. Again, I'm not computer literate at all. In fact, dare I say, my computer illiteracy is part of the reason I flunked out of university. Well, that and my teacher was an asshole, but that is a story for another time. I mean, especially since thinking about it, making more videos on YouTube is also hard because, again, I work, not counting commute time, I work 50 hours a week, and quite frankly, that barely makes ends meet, which is nuts. Fuck you, America. So it's hard for me to make more videos, have time to make more videos. Because in an ideal world, I would love to be streaming more days a week, more regularly. But, like I said, that just don't have time for it. But anyway, how are you guys doing? I think I know how to show chat. Oh, okay. Okay, you're dead. Everyone can stand up now. Cool. Because I mean, if we could show chat on the screen, I mean, I might still watch my the chat on my phone just in case I miss something. Because, like, I know for a fact that the way Flays has it set up that, yeah, she does have them pop up on the screen. But it does still kind of, it does still have it set that she kind of keeps an active log in case she, like, misses something. So she can, I'm not you, though, and that's really hard. I'd say possibly stream less, work more. And either move up the work ladder, make more perp. Yeah, that's kind of what Abby... that was kind of what Abby was working on. And I mean, if she can... the problem is the job market in her field is very bad around here, so it's hard to... Yeah, she's just been trying to find a job in her field for a while without much success, just due to... You know... Yes, technically that is what you're doing, but you know what? I'm also here to just chat. And honestly, I was let's be real, Dispenser. It can get kind of grating if someone is just talking, woe is me, I can't do... Oh, wait, that's a bow? Oops, let me pull that back out. It's like, oh, God damn it. Going on and on about how, oh, I can't do the things I want, woe is me. But you're like, well, what about this? Or what about that? It's like, well, you could try this, you could try that. Oh, wait, oops. So no, honestly, in some respects, it's like, some people just kind of need a reality check where it's like, dude, have you tried all of these? These could help you. So no, I don't mind. It's like, sure, there's definitely some truth that you don't fully know my situation or whatnot, but sometimes people just need to be like, well, have you considered this? Because some people are just so overworked or so burnt out. Maybe they hadn't considered that, you know? Or people just get a little too comfortable. Like... Yeah, higher education. I know that in my case, if I'm going to pursue higher education, I know... Oh, okay, time to swap controllers. I need to be a bit more selective in the higher education. Let's see, if you don't mind... What's Abby's field? That is how you spell her name, yes. She is a teacher. Which, yeah, obviously that's, especially here in America, that's never a job that was going to make us rich. But teachers do get good insurance. Well, at least they do. Our biggest concern right now is thanks to the asshole sitting in the White House dismantling the Department of Education. We don't know how much longer that's going to last. But the idea was that, but she'd get a salaried position, she'd get good insurance, so I don't have to keep paying for my crappy insurance from my job. So that would save us money that way. And then, yeah. I don't have to do possibly move to Canada since teachers here get better. I'm not gonna lie, we have legitimately talked about that at this point. The reason we haven't done that just yet is we just have so many friends and family living within a convenient drive of all of us that it's like we're not quite ready to do that just yet. But given the fact that a lot of our friends are actually, they're not local. They didn't grow up around here. And a lot of them are just here to attend university. There is a very real chance that a lot of them will move away in the next couple years. And when that happens, I mean, yes, we still have like both of our families live here. But that aside, it's like, okay, well, if all of our friends move away, there's less tethering us here, if that makes sense. But yeah, we have actually legitimately talked about that, of moving to Canada. And I mean, granted, if things get worse, it might be like, hey, we love you, friends. We love you so much, but we can't stay in the U.S. because Cheeto Christ is just going to burn everything and everyone to the ground. Fair enough. So what do you do, if you don't mind me? No, not at all. So presently I am a construction worker. It pays well. It keeps us comfortable enough, even if it's just enough to, keep us in our, pay for our rent and then afford buying the different video games consoles that we use for both leisure and for the channel. And the job itself doesn't necessarily pay for, like, just based solely on my salary, it's not enough, like, me to pay for, like, the 2 trips to Disneyland that we've taken since I got hired as a construction worker. It's more the bonuses, like the once-a-year bonuses I get that have allowed that. So yes, it is technically the job, but it's not from what I make on the regular, What I used to be and what I was for, 10 plus years was actually, I was a cook. It's just, oh, that isn't right? Okay. I just stopped doing that because, say if you're strong and handy, possibly pick up a side job doing plumbing and other labor. Well, I'm not really any of those things. Honestly, the only reason I became a construction worker is because I lost a cooking job that I really wanted, that I had been trying to get for a couple years. And because someone was kind of a lying bitch, because she was upset that I ran out of the food items she wanted, and I, being the lowly, just being like the newest, cook at my job at the time, meaning I literally had no power or authority, I couldn't authorize her to be compensated for something else. She lied and said that I was serving food off the floor just to get me fired. So it's like, okay, this is... Because, like, I had been trying to get that particular job for a few years. Because it paid better than the job that I'd had for almost a decade. The hours were better, the respect was better, the insurance was worse, sadly, but, that's beside the point. Maybe somewhere else. It was but yeah, I just, combined with the fact that just cooks don't, because the U.S. is awful when it comes to making sure that the pay that employees get goes up at an equal rate to the cost of living, if you know what I mean. So it's like, you know what? I need a job that's base pay is something better. So that's why I decided. Plus, it's like, hey, if I could lose my dream job because someone lied, I'm like, maybe I want a job that's not customer facing.
We need to find a good spot.
Right.
Yeah, and again, I think the problem is, as of right now, is that there's no food job anywhere locally that actually would... Huh. This is the Nox Morta. Okay, I haven't... Okay, yes, I played this DLC a few times, but I did not remember this was the big mysterious monster, this big lumbering thing. But at the same time, that's kind of amazing. Yeah. But like I said, what's it called? If we did move to Canada at some point, I probably would go back into food service. Just because, again, I've seen, you know, just from online research, other countries, it is a lot more feasible that a small-time food service worker could still afford rent and housing, you know? So yeah, I think as of right now, I'm definitely largely content to stick with this job, because again, it pays well enough to. Anyway, sorry, I'm not ignoring you. I promise. Start small, maybe at the fast food place. Way up for letters and recommendations. Other restaurants. Wait, what? Why are we still listed as being in combat? There's nothing on my radar. Oh, okay, were we done? Yeah. Yeah, no. Yeah, if getting a part-time job as a chef, like, unfortunately, due to the nature of my current job, I actually can't get a second job. Like, it was actually part of the the hiring agreement. Now, to be fair, like, just so we're clear, this doesn't, I don't view this as, like, exploitation, because, like, my very first paycheck from my current job was nearly, and I get paid weekly at my current job, whereas every other job I've had to get paid bi-weekly. Yeah. No, and yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
Your haunted stare speaks plainly of an encounter with
Wait,
What can you tell me?
mere scraps of this.
wait,
Silence pays it fair. Concealing its oil. Of course, some of my colleagues deem the beast a mere fancy. Bogfisher. That quaint nomenclature inadequately describes its lesser kin. And here is whom they must.
Why didn't you...
I told them to have proof of its existence. Right. So when enlightenment comes at the cost of such fearful truths, permit my humble gratitude to reflect the risk taken, your worship. Where's done?
I was not expecting that reaction. Oh, I've leveled up again. Nice. Then again, given that, like I was saying, this place is technically, like, post difficulty. It was made to scale to, like, post game. I guess it makes perfect sense why I've leveled up twice just exploring this area, because, again, this place was technically made to be difficult enough for people who've already beaten the game to still kind of give you enough of a challenge that you'd have fun despite having a end game beaten all the main quest Inquisitor, if you know what I mean. Like I said, I may have to put off doing the final boss until later as well, just because, again, I'm kind of getting my ass kicked by a lot of these monsters. But, you know, that's fine. That's fine. If we can just get this area mostly explored, and then just kind of coming back to do the final boss fight after leveling up a little more is not going to be as daunting of a task, if you know what I mean. Although, it does make me wonder if maybe I should advance the story one more time before committing to doing the deep roads, just in case. Oh, no. No. Well, it's like, I admit, sometimes it does sort of depend on my mood. I might be a little less, I might be more a little, let's not talk about me. But, no,
where Kenrick's assistant came to study.
I'm okay with it right here. I mean, then again, you know, I'm doing fine, because, well, I'm still not looking forward to the super long commute I have ahead of me for work, because, like I said, as of right now, the job site I'm working at is an hour and a half from home, and I don't mind it. It's a pretty drive and whatnot. It's just, it's a lot of gasoline, you know?
You may want to see this.
Or petroleum, depending on the nomenclature where you guys live.
Going to send word. This inscription.
What's it called? It's going to be a short week because this coming week is American Thanksgiving. Yes, sorry. I just wanted to double check that I wasn't getting my weeks mixed up again. Which means that I'll work a normal Monday, Tuesday is normal work. There's a high chance I'll have to work for half the day on Wednesday, and then I'll get Thursday and Friday off. Which means I am planning of doing plenty more streaming on those days off. I do plan on... I might take that time to work on some more of my edgelord comics, which I do need to make sure I try to get one written today. Because I do try to do a new edgelord comic every week. But I'm not always able to stay on top of that. Just partially because of busy schedule and partially because it's like, I could write a comic, but I'm really enjoying playing whatever video game I'm playing right now. Yeah, no, we did actually for a while have a website. Abby had to make a website as part of her university studies to open a business, so we briefly opened a chaos counseling website where we sold pins. Some were chaos counseling themed, but most of the pins we made were themed after our D&D playthrough that got canceled because of a lot of reasons. So we had like buttons of the four main characters in our D&D series. I am sad that, because we actually did a lot. We recorded a lot for that series, but we only ever uploaded the first 2 arcs, even though we had, I think we recorded enough. I think we recorded 5 arcs, or maybe it was 4.5 arcs. But when we had to cancel the campaign as a whole, it was kind of decided things end conclusively enough in the second arc that let's just not edit and upload the rest, just so you guys don't end up with a massive cliffhanger. But I'm a little sad that that didn't go anywhere. I'm a little sad that because I actually have a campaign that I do still really want to do for the channel. It's just because Kendall, Jesse, and Sunshine have all kind of moved on. They're not going to be... Basically, I need to find other people to play it. But, like everything else, time. Yeah.
He's better known as one of Inquisitor Ameridan's confidants.
Yeah.
So they were...
But yeah, I think because I do kind of like here currently. Just I think I've said this a few times, but I don't mind repeating it because not everyone was present for when I kind of shared this. But my long-term plan for my comic is I've been saving up for a drawing tablet. I've sadly been saving for a couple of years because unfortunately life is expensive. We've had to car repairs and other things like that. And okay, admittedly, one of the reasons I haven't bought it yet is I chose to use the money that I was saving for it to buy a Switch 2 instead. Again, not responsible, I know, but the Switch 2 now has Kirby Air Riders, and I've been waiting 21 years for that game, so I do not regret the decision to buy a Switch 2 at all. But my long-term plan is I want to start doing the edgelord comics digitally, and I'm going to redraw every comic that I've already done digitally, because, you know, since I'm kind of restrained to a piece of paper, and I want to be able... Wait, that's weird. I can't... Okay, I guess we're just goofing off. And yes, I know I could technically, as of right now, split my comics over multiple pages, but for the sake of ease of displaying, like, a single comic on a single page to kind of keep the people you know, just to make it easier for some people to read, I'm like, okay, plus it also helps me get them out a little quicker. I'm like, okay, I'm going to keep each comic to just a single piece of paper on my sketchbook. Also, in a weird way, it does kind of help me be like, okay, it's kind of a good training exercise of being like, okay, I have to work within these limitations. What's important enough for me to keep it in while still setting the mood, you know? So I actually do kind of view the limitations right now as a good learning experience. But if I'm able to do them digitally, I mean, yes, I won't be able to upload them to, like, say, Discord in the same way as I'm doing now, just for the people who want to see them. But I am hoping to, once I do them digitally, I can make them as long as I want, take as much time as I want. Because there are a few comics that, while they're definitely funny, I admit, I'm like, they could benefit from a few more panels to kind of properly establish the tone. So, and then I'm hoping maybe I can upload them, maybe not necessarily to Webtoons, because I've heard Webtoons has been going downhill lately, but actually upload them to a website or whatnot and host them there. And then kind of once we get to that point, once I've got some more, kind of like some digital, like, art that I can use. Because, like, yes, my cousin did, like, the image that shows during the stream will start in a few minutes, or thank you for watching the stream, or we'll be right back. That was done by my cousin, and I do still want to get my cousin to possibly do some more artwork for the channel. It's just they're actually working on their own project that they're getting off the ground, that they're doing a lot of art for. And it's like, no, I'm not going to say what it is, since I don't think they've made it public yet, and I did sign an NDA. I mean, heck, they actually wanted to hire me to work on it, but I didn't get very far. And I kind of explained to them that it's like, I actually really like this, and I'd love to keep working on it. It's just, I just couldn't come up with any ideas. It was like, I'm just not feeling the creative spark for this, since at the time, it's like, I'm still making my edgelord comic, and that is kind of taking up all my creative juices, you know? So I'm like, I think I need to back out, at least for now. But yeah, because of that, my cousin, because my cousin was going to do a banner for the channel to replace the current one we have that Flays did. I mean, I absolutely love the banner that Flays did, but it lists Jesse, Flays, and Sunshine, and since Flays is really the only one of those three that still will occasionally appear on the channel, because yes, Sunshine appeared once for our anniversary stream, but that was kind of a one-time deal, because they've moved on with their life. We do want to kind of get, like, again, we're not trying to erase Sunshine, Jesse, and Kendall, especially since I would argue, in many respects, Kendall is what made the channel. Kendall and her editing is what made the channel what it was in the early days. Like, I miss Kendall's editing, but we do want to make it clear to the audience that, unfortunately, these individuals are not active members of the channel, if you know what I mean. It's just, again, like I said, with everything, it's hard to find time because everyone's got their own thing going on now. Everyone's got work. Still, I am actually pretty happy, all things considered, that me and Abby have found as much time as we've had. And admittedly, this is partially because Abby really likes Persona, so she's a lot more interested in streaming Persona. So that's why we've gotten as much time. We've spent as much time as we've had on Persona 3. I've also been kind of insistent on, I'm like, this is going to be probably the longest edgelord stream series besides Baldur's Gate 3, perhaps. I mean, even then, I didn't finish Baldur's Gate 3, so Persona 3 might still surpass it. We need to get through it just for the sake of I want to get some more game. I want to be able to move on to do different games, you know? Again, I want to be clear. I'm not saying that because I'm not enjoying Persona 3. I am, but I also don't want to be doing this like for like over a year, you know, because there's a lot of games I really want to do for Edgelord as well. So it's not because I'm not enjoying it. It's just simply because there's a lot that I want to do. Yeah. But it is going to be a long while before I put another Persona game on the Edgelord voting poll, just because, once again, they're long ones. And I mean, don't get me wrong. I know another part of the problem is, as much as I love the stories of Persona, I am not the one who's in the driver's seat for the most part. Abby's the one doing the playing and the etc. And again, I don't have a problem with that. It's just, I do admit it is a little easier for me to get distracted and maybe even a little bored.
That isn't right.
Because, like, one of the games, like, so the next Edgelord game that I'm going to be playing is Pokemon Legends ZA. And Abby and I have both kind of said, once we pass a certain point in Persona, that's a good point. That's like, okay, post the poll now, just since we don't know, just so that I'll have Edgelord's starter Pokemon for Legends ZA all ready to go for when we actually get to that point. Just so there doesn't have to be any, okay, guys, you only have one day to vote on this because I need the answer now. Because that has almost happened, and I mean, it did kind of happen with the Baldur's Gate 3 stuff, but that was just because Baldur's Gate 3 won, and it's like, okay, now I need you all to vote on Edgelord's race, their sub-race, their class, their subclass, who they're going to romance, etc., etc., etc. And I wanted to make sure I gave you guys plenty of time. And to be fair, I thought I did. I actually started the Edgelord polls for that, like, I think maybe a full month and a half before I actually needed the answer. The problem is that I beat the game a lot quicker than I thought I was going to. And then, so yeah, I had to run multiple polls at once. And I just realized I never finished, like, a point I was trying to make initially. Like I said, talked about maybe playing an MMO as Edgelord, and the ones, like I said, I was looking at was Elder Scrolls Online, and like I said, that was because a friend of ours plays it, and, they're in Elder Scrolls Online, there's a town called Evermore, which, Evermore was the name of a local amusement park that went out of business in 2024. Well, it technically went out of business in it was last opened in 2023, but it formally shut its gates for good in 2024. And yeah, we actually met this friend because he worked at this park. And he was, and I would go to this park as Edgelord, and we kind of became friends that way. Well, he was playing it, and said there's actually a town in Elder Scrolls Online called Evermore, and I'm like, shit, I should stream that as Edgelord just so they could return to Evermore, quote unquote, ha ha ha. So that was one MMO that I was considering. Another one was Phantasy Star Online 2, because I've played the first Phantasy Star Online for this channel, and that was one of my favorite games as a kid. The only reason I'm a little hesitant with that one is because I did try playing it on my own time some time ago, and I kind of got bored sort of quick, because it's an MMO, but it's not like a big explorative one. It's like, much like the first Phantasy Star Online game, it's like you have a spaceship that you're on, and then you choose to land in certain areas, and then you explore the limited sized space of said certain area. So again, I sadly got pretty bored with that one pretty quick. Also, I don't even know if that game is still being serviced. I haven't even really thought too much about that game in like 4 years at this point. I think there's a D&D MMO that I thought about maybe looking into. I definitely looked into the Old Republic MMO, but I couldn't get that game working on our computer, sadly. But yeah, that's another one I've considered for edgelord. And then the last one that I considered was Final Fantasy XIV, since Final Fantasy, okay, that's a it's a sword that the textures aren't loading properly. But since I've gone through Final Fantasy as edgelord already, it's like, yeah, that could work. Yeah, it could be fun for sure. But another game that I'm thinking, like, I'm actually really thinking of doing is Splatoon 3. Since you can kind of make your own custom protagonist, it's like, I think, I don't remember if you can actually name, I don't remember if you can, like, rename your character or if it is always known as Chaos Counseling. I don't remember, but Splatoon 3 might be fun, because then people could play with edgelord in Splatoon 3. Like I said, I don't remember, because I've only played Splatoon 2, I've never played Splatoon, I don't even own Splatoon 3, and I never played Splatoon 1. So I'm like, I don't remember if your character's name is locked into what your profile name is. So it's like, yeah, I would technically just need to make another account as edgelord. So, I mean, I've got a second account on my Switch. Like, one is our main Chaos Counseling profile, and then one is just mine. I guess I could see about renaming mine to edgelord. I think you can do that. And then just stream off that rather than the main account. But yeah, that's just something else I've been thinking about doing. And like I said, I've been thinking about doing a lot. And I know that I had someone who was saying you should really play Monster Hunter on the channel and let other people play with me that way. And the problem is I don't like Monster Hunter very much. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, again, spoiler for the next edge. Like, the poll, like, after I do the Pokemon ZA, like, that will be the next game. The next poll I'm going to post is still going to include... I kind of made it... Because I own Monster Hunter World, because I bought it a while back to give it a try, and I just didn't like it very much. But Monster Hunter World is going to be on the next edgelord poll. So I'm finally like, you know what? Let's give it a shot. And maybe, unlike some games, me streaming it kind of being like, okay, now I've got a obligation to do it, for lack of a better word. I'll be more inclined to actually finish it. But we'll see. I mean, that's going to depend entirely if that game even wins, for that matter, you know? But it was also like, for a while, I basically said I will never do a Monster Hunter game for the channel because of one particular channel member. I've already talked about them. I'm not going to go over it again. And again, I'm still a little hesitant. Like, I know that the Monster Hunter game they wanted me to play was Monster Hunter Stories. And honestly, I'm a little disappointed that that game ended up being as disappointing as it was, because honestly, when I first heard about it, I thought, oh hell yeah, that actually sounds like a perfect game for edgelord. But it just got to be too tedious after a while, and I just was not having fun with it. That being said, I did actually see that there is going to be a Monster Hunter Worlds 3, or Monster Hunter Stories 3. It's like the first new Monster Hunter Stories game since, I don't know when those games came out originally, which I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. That, you know, longtime fans of that game series is getting a new installment, and I'm like, I'll admit, because I was actually I actually was enjoying the game until it got very grindy, and then I really lost interest. But I am kind of curious to try that new one, because like maybe it'll have because it'll be newer, it will have mechanics that I can digest a little easier, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I am actually kind of curious to check that one out.
Curious about you, but
I like the design of the Avar's armor in this game. Like, I don't remember if we've encountered the Avar in previous games or not, but... And I freely admit, like, I don't fully know the difference. Or not, that's a lie, not the difference. I just... Given where the Avar lived, I thought the people who lived in this area were called the Chastened, but I guess the Chastened are different. I don't know. I don't fully... If they've been fully explored, it's either only been in codexes, which I freely admit I never read, that's on me, or it's in, like, the expanded novels and comics, which I also have not read.
Your climbers seem tired, thanks. More hunting. Is your hold beast well?
We hunt as well as ever, Thane Harrison.
You will be safer under the shield of the jaws of Hakon.
Task Fisherson has taken victory in sight of the Lady of the Skies. Pav, you owe 4 rounds to Hask, not 3.
Ha! Ted is tits.
Wind, lift your oaths to the Lady of the...
Ah.
Rise, and hand the rams over from sunrise.
May your people be as strong as your hold beast. This is not my hold, Lowlander. I will not shed your blood here. You will face the full might of the jaws of Hakon soon enough.
We've heard of your arrival, Lowlanders. Come, share my fire where we might speak.
That's right, I forgot the Thane of the Avar was a woman. That's cool.
I am Svara Sunhair, Thane of Stonebear Hold. You have guest welcome here. The Lowlanders have little love for your Dalish clans. I am impressed that you came to lead their Inquisition. You and your people have come far from the safety of the Lowlands.
Yes, given what we faced getting to your holds, we are nowhere near safety. We have learned that the last Inquisitor may have died here hundreds of years ago. We seek his body.
Giving peace to the dead is a worthy quest. Any help we can offer is yours. Sadly, the jaws of Hakon will not offer so warm a welcome. You have met their Thane, Gerd Harrison. I wager you have crossed blades with the jaws of Hakon in the wilderness.
Oh yeah, totally. We've kicked their ass.
For your Inquisitor's body, they will want you to pay in blood.
When I first entered your holds, there was a climbing contest of some sort. What was that?
The test of the Lady. We use it to settle disputes when it is not clear who has the right of it. There are others. For the test of the Mountain Father, you battle with verse while those who favor you hold you aloft. The test of Hakon is battle with blunted weapons.
It seems as fair a way as any to decide such matters.
I mean, I don't actually think that, but I'm trying to be polite.
Only for real disputes. As Thane, I may guide the gods in finding who is worthy. I decide which test will settle the dispute. I may also ask a warrior whose claim is foolish to climb with stones strapped to his back.
How did you get the name Sunhair?
I was born Svara Janusdottir. For my legend mark, I once fought a battle with my hair on fire.
Oh, nice.
Your hair on fire?
An enemy archer lit my hair on fire. I was locked shield to shield with a foe, and I had no time to douse it. It scared my foes. My hair was braided long enough that I could spare it. It stank worse than goat shit, though.
Okay, I forgot about that. I freaking like you.
I was told I needed your permission to borrow a boat from the fisherman.
Bah, Rolfson. He worries like a scared baby goat. The boat is yours. Tell him I said so.
You got it.
The Hackonites are attacking my people. I would welcome any assistance you could offer.
Bathing my blade in the blood of the Hackonites would be cause for a feast for most in this hold. But the Hackonites are fools, and they have forgotten the old ways. But we have pledged peace with them. To attack with lowlanders at our side would make us oathbreakers. This is poor weather for me to ask that of my hold.
I understand your concern. Is there anything I could do to help?
Among the Avar, a hold draws strength from its hold beast. They are as kin to us. When our hold beast is strong and happy, there is joy. When it sickens and dies, it is an ill omen. Our bear, Storvacker, has not been seen in days. The hold fears for her. I cannot ask the hold to break peace oaths unless Storvacker returns.
Maybe I shouldn't bring this up, but bears and I traditionally do not get along.
You were fought bears. You lived. Good for you. Fear will keep you respectful should you find Storvacker. You will be fine.
So you're saying she's friendly? Do you have any members of the hold searching for Storvacker?
The hold is already fearful. A great hunt for our hold beast would show weakness to the Hackonites. If she were dead, the augur would know. So the hunters watch for tracks. That is all we can do.
I will speak with you later.
Ask those in the hold about Storvacker.
Oh, that's right. There's like an approval quest for these guys, kind of similar to the Dalish in the... Oh, sorry. Kind of similar to the Emerald Graves. And I'm okay with that. I like these kind of quests. I mean, they can be frustrating, sure. And arguably, they do sort of limit your options because you have to make sure you do everything just exactly. But at the same time, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm Paragon for life. I just enjoy this sort of thing. Or maybe it's just because I've always been terrible at making friends in real life. Making friends in video games feel validating. I know, I'm pathetic. Then again, I think that's the reason why I hold edgelord. I've made edgelord such a priority in my life to make, you know, comics and keep the character alive is thanks to edgelord's unusual appearance while going to that park I mentioned earlier is a big reason why I have the friends that I do.
Fair enough.
Because, yeah.
I understood all of that.
The skull before me was born Gulda Elsdotter. She crafted a great new tale for the hold. It pleased the...
So their titles, honor...
Not all carry glory. My father was Heth Mule's head. He'd never let go of a quarrel.
Can you choose a legend mark for yourself?
Only if I wanted to be scorned as a child. I've only been a skald a few years. I've not made any great feats, good or ill.
Farewell.
Good journey.
I tell you, lowlanders from the north.
Is someone poaching? Can't be.
You're the one they speak about in the...
Many call me that.
Helmsdim Rolfson. I trade our goods outside the hold. You'll not find better this side...
Have you traveled outside?
Court Mountain Father provides. But press us, and we'll admit there's lowlander goods we can't... I sell our goods there. The old trader taught me how to read and write, and how to act in your cities.
Where does your trading take you?
Denerim and Southreach in Ferelden.
Oh, really?
Hershey in Orlais. When the passes are clear, I take our wares to Val Royeaux.
Surely you can get a fair price for your goods closer than Val Royeaux.
Ah, well, that's truth, but have you seen it? My heart lies with the hold, but I'll die remembering the light on the gates of the sun.
That's fair.
One of the most beautiful cities in the world.
Again, I don't like Val Royeaux, but I can agree it's a beautiful city.
I believe I make half of it up. As if I could dream up those fountains and palaces, and those frilly little cakes. Most in the hold call any city outside the mountains prideful or lowlander folly.
Yep, fair enough.
Another time.
So, she arrives. Don't throng. Behold, worthy ones, the woman who blazes...
Hello. It's safe. They mean no harm.
I am the ogre of Stonebear Hold. I grew... There. It is done. Now come, be welcome. But hear news of the north.
I met a mage in the woods who said she used to be an augur's apprentice.
Sigrid Goldsdotten. She left the hold when I told her she must release her teacher.
Aren't you her teacher?
She might have heeded me if I were. Or perhaps not. It's time the spirit in her was free.
She's possessed. An abomination.
Every mage in the hold is made one with the gods till they're strong enough. I thought Sigrid strong enough. Exile was her own notion.
Why did Sigrid go into exile?
Sigrid built an altar by the shore for her rite of thanksgiving. A ritual to part her from her teacher. Sigrid claims her offering was spurned by the gods. The spirit remains with her, and she's taken to exile.
Do you know where your hold beast may have gone?
Storvacker? No. I've asked the gods, but they've seen no sign.
Did you just introduce...
The gods of the hold clamored to see you. I obeyed. For I'm the... And if I didn't show you off, they'd hound me for months.
What did you mean when you said I
How do you think you appear to the gods of the Fade? To those beyond the veil, your hand burns like the watchman's bonfire.
Are you saying every spirit in the...
Only those nearby, but thoughts, they tell me strange things. That you muddied Time's waters where the cliffs are red, and returned again.
I'd like to ask something.
I wonder what he would have said if I had not gone to Redcliffe.
You let spirits possess your mages on purpose.
What better teacher than one woven from magic?
I mean, then again, as we've said, you know, demons are just spirits that have been corrupted by human nature. So, in a weird way, it kind of makes sense that if... Oh.
What happens to these weak mages?
Their teachers stay with them, and the other gods watch them both, so neither soul turns sick. If one does sicken, or the mage stands in risk of harming the hold, one day, they do not wake in their bed. It is very sad. It is what must be done.
It is kinder than what happens in many mage circles.
I agree. Um. Sorry, what was I saying? So it's like, if this is a society that is completely at peace with, spirits, and you're not projecting any negative emotions onto them, it stands perfectly to reason that you would be able to allow a spirit into you without turning into a... Well, I don't really like the term abomination because it's a chantry term, and as it's basically been made clear by the fourth game in this series, that the chantry is pretty obviously completely full of shit. Anyway. Words. But being able to let a spirit into you and basically be able to let them leave unaffected because, you know, they've chosen to leave and they haven't been driven rampant or insane, that I completely buy that. I mean, just like, you know, the Catholic Church burning women for just being doctors and healers and other bullshit and sexist. Anyway, it seems perfectly reasonable a Catholic Church analog in this world would denounce things that are perfectly fine just because it doesn't conform to their narrow view of God and whatnot.
How did... Yes.
I mean, because let's be real. Realistically, all the witch hunts and burnings that the Catholic Church did
How were you injured?
are most likely just women who were knowledgeable about healing herbs and whatnot, and demonizing, you know, things like Wicca, because it's like, people, you're getting healing that's not coming directly from, you know, paying money to the church so we can say that Jesus extends his, you know,
I'll let you rest.
healing blessing. Yeah. Oh.
Inquisitor, you've need of a hunter, or you just wondering? Doubt you lowlanders see many holds. I'll tell you, there are none finer.
Do you have any idea where Storvacker has gone?
Our hold animal's a hungry one. She might be after the game in the valley to the west. As the weather's turning, I'd not think she'd roam further.
I assume you go hunting yourself.
Of course I do. Who says other?
No one.
I lead our hunts, Inquisitor. My leg aches. One eye can't see in the dark. And I bring more meat than anyone in the hold.
Good for you.
Goat's piss, do I hunt?
I apologize. I was just curious.
Suppose you can't help Lowlanders' manners.
Farewell.
Farewell.
Oh. Okay, I guess that did get me the information I needed. Let's see. Still need to fill in more of this area of the map. But let's keep going. Just because there's a question mark over there. And I want to do as much of this I can, you know, get that good experience. Let's see what you got for me. I like that. I like the name of that ritual breaker. Sorry, I don't know why I've had that particular tune stuck in my head all day, but I have. Huh. Just barely crafted that. Oh, right, because I've got modifications on my... This doesn't tell me whether or not... Yeah, this doesn't tell me whether or not I can... Nice. You look good, Varric. What is everyone's armor situation? 380, 241, cool ones. Oh. Okay, you might definitely be able to benefit from some new armor, Cole. Yeah, you could definitely benefit from some new armor, and even Varric could benefit from this. Solus. I think that is better than what he's got.
Wind seems colder than it should.
And again, with us getting our ass kicked, it might be worth our investment to... No, none of these weapons are better than what I've got. None of those weapons. No. Some of these shields might be better than what some of my guys are wearing, but... Oh, hey, Dispenser. Yes, I'm assuming you're talking about the runes. Yeah, these are, I should have crafted this sooner. You can insert these into... They're basically... They kind of work like materia from Final Fantasy VII. You can insert them into slots on certain weapons and armor to give you buffs and such. Let's see. My armor is still pretty good because I was able to masterwork it. So let's craft some armor for Cole. He definitely needs it the most. And we can modify it later, just since I don't have access to... Yeah, definitely... Wait, I don't actually need to physically be over Cole to do this. Don't mind me. My brain am thinking good with stuff. I've got 23 Dragon Claws. I think I'm... Oh, unless... Do I not even have... Oh. Oh, shoot. Because I think... I could be wrong, but I'm fairly certain... My... The dragon scales is something of a more finite research resource. Okay, still, Cole's armor is below 200, so literally just that is better than what Cole's wearing. Okay, we're gonna use the Great Bear Hide, because I know where, if nothing else, I can farm Great Bears. Wait, no, that's Dragon Scales. Okay. And it did get masterworked, so that means Cole, this is actually a really good armor for Cole. Oh yeah, it is a very good armor for Cole. We can recolor it for him later if we're so inclined and give it some, yeah, give it some, like, we can pull, there's an upgrade on this we can pull off and throw on his new armor. Yeah, there's plenty we can do with it. Let's see, Varric. Yeah, he could also benefit from some new armor. Solus. Let's see what we can get with that Keeper armor. Because, like, yes, it is better than what he has, but only if... Okay, I can use that. That will use up all my Avar Twill, though. But it will make the armor better than what he's currently wearing. The dragon webbing. Oh, but again, my dragon... I've only got so much dragon stuff. I mean, again, I don't know. Maybe we can get... Maybe, like, killing... That's better. Maybe killing, like, the little dragons or the dragonlings or whatever. That might get me more, dragon webbing and dragon whatnot. But I don't know if that's true or not. Okay, that one can't have... Doesn't have any other modification slots, but still, that 10% on dying is still pretty damn good.
All the round.
Alrighty. I think this is definitely better than... This should still get me something better than what Varric's currently got. Okay, yes, that is better in terms of... I didn't really think about everything else. Fuck it. We're still gonna have him wear it. Just to check out those manly arms. Hold on. Let me double check something real quick. Okay, so even if it didn't get masterworked, I would still... A new set of that set of armor would be 1 point higher in regards to what I'm currently wearing. Let's see, do I want like the armor or do I want the coat? You know what? My armor's still pretty good as is. I'm gonna say I'll forge. If I want them, I'll forge some more. I'll forge it back at Skyhold. Let's stop with the dilly-dallying. Especially since there's no way for me to modify armor. So even if I did craft a new one for myself, I couldn't pull off my weapon, my armor modifications and put them on my new armor.
Strange that the veil seems so thin here. A great many spirits must...
So, come to test yourself.
How so?
Our warriors want your measure, Inquisitor. Bring us an offering, and we'll let you fight Hakon's trials.
Okay.
Stonebear Hold would know if the spirits favor you. So would I.
Can we begin this trial?
We need an offering from you first, to honor Hakon and the dead. Safe. Well met.
Can we begin this trial of Hakon?
We need an offering from you first, to honor.
Why do you pray?
How do I?
He can be if the jaws of Hakon tried to raid us, we'll see.
Okay, it's saying that I have what I need, but it's not letting me offer it. Can I put it? Do I just put it on the table, or do I need to speak to someone else about that? I figured that was probably the case, but oh well, it was worth a shot. Oh, it's a requisition. Okay, I have to. My requisition officer does that. That makes sense. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. At least I now know what I need to do. I'm not confused anymore. So that is what matters.
What did I tell you? Lowlanders from the north.
Why do they dress?
You know, thinking about it, I do really hope Pal World does get finished soon. Because that is a game I do think, just the more I sit on it, I do need to take Edgelord through that one. Because, A, I already love taking Edgelord through Pokemon or Pokemon-esque games. Just because there is something I do deeply enjoy about playing games where you get to collect things or, you know, catch animals like Pokemon or Digimon or whatever, because I do deeply enjoy naming them after Edgelord's friends, aka my friends / you guys. I don't know, it's just a mild way to get other people. Okay, no, there was, I for some reason thought I could go right. I don't, but I cannot. I don't know, it's sort of a weird way of being able to get other people involved in Edgelord shenanigans without really forcing anyone to have an obligation to do so, you know? It's like, again, granted, that can have problematic results, but for the most part, it doesn't. Like, we really do not need to talk about the only time that it had anything other than a positive result. Hold on. Is there a way to go farther up here? Sorry, it looks like there's a path. Yeah, there might be. Hold on. Well, if there is, I don't think I can access it from here because that just leads back up to... Well, actually, maybe that is the path. I saw, like, inside the trial area, it went out a ways. Excuse me. Delicious. This is not over. Bears!
Someone fought something big here. Could be that bear the Avar are looking for. If the bear isn't dead, it has to be nearby.
You know, I did a stream of Mortal Kombat 9 story a while ago. I should do a stream of Mortal Kombat 10, 11, and 1 story too. I mean, again, those are other games that have been on my bucket list. You know, maybe what I'll do, I mean, granted, Mortal Kombat 10 onward has gotten away from the fan service, but it still might be one that I could throw or should throw on my list of games with heavy fan service to play, just if for no other reason to be like, this is a good example of a series that was known for it, but chose to get away from it, you know? I think that's what I'll do. I think that's what I'll do to get it back on my list of things to play again, you know?
Kid, you don't have any formal combat training at all?
No, I go where the knife needs to be.
Whatever works for you.
Oh no, bears. We'll come back in and explore the rest of the cave. But we're just gonna take care of these louses out here so the bear can. You know, something else I actually do really appreciate about this game versus the first 2 Dragon Age games, I actually really like the fact there were no DLC companions. Like, don't get me wrong, I liked... Like, it was cool to have Shale in the first game, but Shale should have been part of the main game. And I didn't like Sebastian, but I like some of his quests, but again, he didn't need to be in the game for one, and if he did, he didn't need to be DLC. He wasn't interesting enough to be excluded from the game. Like, at best, I think... Oh, these were chests, my bad. I think at best, the only thing he really did was give you someone to equip all the bows you were picking up, since Isabella used daggers and Varric had Bianca. And unless you played as a bow rogue, all the bows would go to waste. But on the flip side, because, like, I loved Shale, but she's extensively just another fighter. In a game that already has a fuck ton of fighters, or warriors. Because Dog is not officially a warrior, but they're basically a warrior. Shale is not officially a warrior, but they're a warrior. But then you also get Alistair, Sten, and Ogren. So that's 5 fucking warriors in the first game. And then in the second game, you already had 2 other rogues.
Blood-drinking, Hakonite chicken crabs. Thank you, Inquisitor. Storvacker has returned. My hunters saw what you and she did to the Hakonites who held her. In trapping Storvacker, the jaws of Hakon broke their peace oath with Stonebear Hold. Our blades are yours.
We welcome the help.
More than you know. My hunters brought items back from where they held Storvacker. It is not something you will like. Something few Avar would... The jaws of Hakon sought to bind their god in mortal form and bring war to the lowlands.
They wanted to send a god to destroy us. Could they wait until I'm done with the current god who wants to destroy?
You are right to worry. This battle, though you have given them pause, they will try again. Ages ago, the old jaws of Hakon did the same. They brought their god to life to destroy. Their foolishness lost Hakon to all Avar. Now they would free him and begin again.
What did you mean when you said that their foolishness lost Hakon to all Avar?
When they bound Hakon to mortal form, he became blood. He could hear no prayers, nor speak to the augurs. Then he vanished instead of dying, as though rendered mute. Look, if they sought to free him from mortal form, I could understand. Making him attack the lowlands is a fool's work.
What would happen if the jaws of Hakon...
Hakon would come to the lowlands in the form of a... The Hakonites would join him, their numbers swelled by foolish young... Even if war were needed, it should not be like that. The gods should stay where they belong.
The Avar...
That's an interesting idea.
Is that what your skulls say?
Especially since we know that there is a whole, you know, binding spirits in mortal form is a very real thing that can happen. And we do know that to an extent.
We still need a way to melt the wall of ice around the house.
It's very likely that any gods in this world are actually just spirits of some kind.
The Hakonites must have found... Speak to your people. Perhaps they will know more.
I will...
Okay. Let us... Oh, wait. Not Forbidden Oasis. Oh. Huh. I'm actually surprised I didn't get any approval from that, but okay. Okay, I want to do that one first. Just since going to the island is probably going to take a little longer than this. Oh, everyone leveled up. Except for me. But I leveled up earlier, so that's fine. What are some of these passives? Okay. All right, let's get on Elk back. Since, yeah, again, this is not right a complaint, because I do think it's a good thing. I did sleep in again, which, oh, it's so strange to be able to say out loud I was able to actually sleep in. So my stream did start later than I'd hoped, and I really do want to try to beat the basins, or at the very least get to the boss. Like I said, I don't know if I'll be strong enough to actually take on the boss of this area, since, again, I've been just having a lot of trouble as it is with... Oh, there's two things here.
This is the place the orbits of that mage Sigrid tried and failed to release her spirit. It looks like the tools for her ritual are still here. A skinned bird and a bundle of incense. If these were offerings for a ritual, why haven't they been used? The grass is trampled down here. A fight? No. I see hoof prints. Just an animal going by.
Oh, I guess I needed a rest. Actually, I'm in camp. Where's the requisition table? Here we go. Inspect requisitions. Let's craft, but modifying weapons is not an option, though. Sorry, just taking a quick look around to see if I can modify weapons and armor in camp, or if that's exclusively... Yeah, no, I'm getting away from camp. That might just exclusively be a Skyhold thing.
You returned.
The Augur told me why you're here.
What business is it of his to tell that to a lowlander?
About the ritual you were performing.
I had to burn a proper offering. I made the offering. The gods did not accept.
I found a bird and incense by the altar.
I brought more than I needed. When I fled, I left everything.
You would have needed to take the lyrium at the start of the ritual.
And so...
The vial I found was full.
Do you accuse me, stranger?
Perhaps it would be easier to confess what happened to a stranger.
So even a stranger senses... I made no offering. I prepared...
And?
I cannot lose my only friend.
You're friends with this spirit.
It has taught me with patience and kindness since I was a child. Frightened of the fire, I could suddenly...
It loves you too. It will stay if you want it.
I know. But I was oath-sworn to release it when the time came. I do not want to lose the one who loves me.
It would be hard
That's
to
fair.
let go of such a unique friendship.
It is. Yet I swore an oath. I think the Augur knew. All this time. It is not right to stay in pity. I will confess to him.
The Inquisition could use a mage with a unique perspective. You and your spirit certainly qualify.
You want me to pledge my staff to your Inquisition? Even bound to a spirit?
Your people consider it a gift. I'm sure you can handle yourself.
The abomination thing didn't work out so well for Kirkwall.
It's good to have a home where you can feel yourself.
It must be punishment from the gods to serve a lowlander for my oath. It fits my shame. I'll find your camps.
Ooh, and operations now available. And that was probably the wrong thing to do, but they seemed happy being together, you know? And I just feel, I don't know, I feel wrong insisting that, well, it's, oh, wrong place. It's wrong for her to feel happy in her, because it seems like the spirit is happy to be with her. And it's very clear that the spirit wasn't corrupted like, you know, justice was corrupted to vengeance with Anders.
But yes, I did.
And you killed him. You were certain of his death.
Yes? What's on your mind, Chuckles?
He survived the explosion that destroyed the Conclave. If he can live through a blast that levels a mountaintop, we would do well to determine how.
Even if we knew, would that help us? The Wardens couldn't kill him, and they had 1,000 years to figure it out.
Well met.
The Inquisition has brought an offering to enter your...
Yes. Oh, this'll... I mean, enter the arena grounds. Hakon's trials await. Excellent. Step it...
Okay. Cool. Just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing something, like it wasn't gonna just kind of warp me into the arena. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, 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 oh. Here we go. Oh, there must be like something underneath the arena area that exclamation mark is. Wait, did I just one-shot that person? Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay, is that it for this trial? Okay, next. Yeah. Regardless of how vulnerable the kitty collar makes me to everything, just having such a high chance to potentially just pop back up really is worth it. But yeah, I never really finished the thought, but I'm grateful that this game, because it doesn't have DLC characters, you've got 3 mage companions, 3 warrior companions, and 3 rogue companions. So there's an even distribution of classes, so you don't have, because like, you can build your party however you want. It's like in Dragon Age 1, I never saw the point of being a warrior because the game had too many warrior companions. In the second game, yeah, there were 2 rogue companions in the base game, but there was Sebastian, who was a DLC rogue, plus there was the Mark of the Assassin DLC, where you got a temporary companion who was also a rogue. So...
What a fight that maneuver was. Well, you shot well fought, Inquisitor.
Farewell.
Safe journey.
Be welcome, Inquisitor. I must prepare these souls for their great... Their way is often hardest.
I'm not familiar.
When the time... for the body, unneeded.
For most.
Some souls, such as Calden's, are chosen in order to return. And a piece of the soul thus remains.
Will someone not...
Calden Enverson is one of the few whose soul may return. Bloodkin must make it, or so it should be. Holden's son.
Me?
You're a guest of our hold. A gift from you cannot... I cannot dictate the nature of a gift, but if my suggestion appeals to you, speak to the Huntmaster.
Holden's son is injured. It's not his fault.
As disappointing as that may be, it is not my place to ignore the god. I honor them in word and spirit, Inquisitor.
You suggested a way around tradition by letting...
The spirits have seen Finn fail. A gift from another does not bear this weight. Colden's soul could travel
I should be on.
Lady...
Heard you pass. If you hunt as well as you fight, you'll fit in well.
I spoke to the woman preparing bodies for funeral. She...
How would... As a gift? Sly woman. Tradition says the offering's made to Koth. Only creatures... I'll mark with someone last... It'd be an unmatched gift, Lowlander. I still pity Colden's son, though. Losing his father's name.
What do you mean?
Finn failed to complete the rites. That'll see him. He's fatherless, whether you do this or not, Inquisitor. Seeing it done will give him some.
Farewell.
Farewell.
Inquisitor.
I know about your father's burial.
I tried. I dragged myself out of this... I collapsed. The Huntmaster found me and dragged me back. Said we didn't need another dead man.
I'm told I can make the offering as a gift for the hold.
He won't be my father.
The loss of your name.
It doesn't matter. Whether or not he's my father, I still love him. I would not see his... If you can make a gift of the offering, there's no way...
I'll let you...
Okay. Before I do that, let's head back to Skyhold real quick. Just because there's some operations available now. So I want to get some of those going. Also, I can then use the Forge to kind of move some of the augments around. So unfortunately, I don't think we're going to finish this DLC today, sadly. Just since I woke up, like, an hour later than I was planning on. Again, I'm still going to take the extra sleep over anything else, but still, it is something that is impacting the length, my ability to stream for long periods of time.
Inquisitor.
Let us begin.
To work?
Oh, yeah, Skywatcher. That's the... What's it called? That's the Avar agent that we got back in the Fellmire. let's also pass out some of these new weapons. I don't think we're going to get any use out of those. Hold on, is...
Where'd you learn to hammer?
Cool. Oh, hold on. God damn it, I keep doing that. Coat or armor. And I like those. Oh, fuck that. Oh, I guess I never did buy... Okay, I kind of am bad about buying parts for...
This is where a smith should be.
Actually, hold on. I need to actually equip my new armor. Then I can give my old armor to someone else. I'm actually curious what that looks like on Blackwall. Nice. Okay, I guess I can't get like a good blue on this jacket, so let's actually... Let's actually go for red instead then. Yeah, I can't even tell what that's changing, so... Sorry, just since I went out of the way to craft these for these guys, I'm a aesthetic bitch. So let's make him look nice for him. Could not change the jacket color? That's a shame. Cool. Cool. Let's go back to the table. I admit I spent way too much time on that. But I don't know. This is like the only game in the quadrilogy that you can craft armor and then have some customization of how it looks. And as someone who, like I said, I am a bit of an aesthetics whore, especially when it comes to armor and weapons, I want to take advantage of that when I can. Yeah, it's not that. It really shouldn't be that important, but I'm not the brightest. I'm not the sharpest knife in the crayon box anyway, so
Let's see what we have.
Inquisitor.
All right.
hopefully that got me maybe some approval, but we'll see. Yes, it did. Sweet. Okay. No, I just re-outfitted this whole group, so I was about to think maybe I should bring Blackwall or Dorian instead, just in case I end up fighting the big dragon, but I'm like, I'm gonna hold off just due to the fact that itchy. My hands are itchy. Just due to the fact that I did just go out of my way to get everyone here new armor and whatnot. So Yeah, that shoulder armor actually looks pretty cool. Morning, honey.
Morning.
Okay, I love how wonky the physics are on the coat. It looks joyfully silly. At least it looks joyfully silly while you're riding. No idea if that's actually our target, but it looks different than the rest, so I'm going to assume this is the Fate Touch creature that we need to kill.
A generous thought that bends the law. The Avar or their spirits will see that as an act of kindness or disrespect is hard to say.
Inquisitor.
Here, an offering for your father. From you.
Inquisitor, I can't.
Consider my gift to the Hold a gift to you. Though perhaps don't spread that around.
But the Huntmaster...
Said he'd accept an offering from the hand that gave it.
I don't know what to say.
Say the words he would want. Fly to the lady in peace and come back soon.
Thank you.
I'll let you rest.
Lady...
Whee! Ow, my knee.
I'm told our Huntmaster prepares an offering from Finn Calder. Nothing more's been said. I will only thank you for paying hospitality to an invalid. I must complete the preparations. A strange turn of events may not make Calden's journey any easier. The gods measure both outcome and the actions, or deceptions, behind it.
I should be off.
Lady
Sweet. Yeah, I guess I'm not surprised that didn't really get me approval since I did technically lie. But I don't care. It's not the poor kid's fault that he couldn't, you know, do his duty because he was injured.
Where did she get to?
Are you looking?
My cousin Runa. She's off north climbing the hills instead of helping with the cat. Good.
Did I thank you for bringing the broth?
Yes. Yeah?
Thane Sunhair gave me guest.
Aye, she sent word.
As a guest, then, may I...
happy with me poor host. The boat is yours.
Interesting. What drew so many spirits to this place, I wonder?
Oh yeah, the veil is thin here. You can freaking see spirits just walking around like that. What I do find kind of interesting is these kind of like red benevolent spirits, or like red spirits that we're seeing. They're more benevolent and more likely to or just ignore us, but when we open the Fade Rift, the hostile spirits are actually like a color of blue. I have nothing further to profound comment on that. I just, since you often see red as this color of aggression and blue the symbol of tranquility in a sense, it is interesting that that is the color they went with, you know? What are you talking? What? The fact that these spirits walking around that are peaceful are red, but the spirits that attack you at the Fade Rifts are blue. I said I find it interesting that that's the color choice they went with, when red is usually the color of aggression and blue is usually the color of tranquility.
The battle that took place here, not the breach.
Talana slept. I slept. To find him in dreaming. Talana wanted to reach Ameridan again. I tried to stay, but only pieces came through. You opened the sky for the rest of me.
Cole, can you help me?
It hurts. She hurt. The Wraiths knew only the pain, but she knew why. Daring.
Ameridan. Yes. Inquisition.
The dragon.
Huge. Power like none had seen. One last favor for Emperor Draken. Slay the Avor dragon. Save Orlais.
This wasn't just a hunt. Inquisitor Ameridan was here on orders from Emperor Draken.
Yes. A secret. Drawn by the dragon. Talana. I didn't want to, but where Ameridan goes, I go. They fought at the shore. Spirits and magic. Cold. So cold. How I found her. How she found us. They rested here. Then Talana returned here, alone, to wait for him.
We'll find Ameridan. You don't have to...
You did what she wanted you to.
Thank you. She... Her things are there.
Ow, my hand.
Hey, you alright?
Cool. Is that a focus ability, though? I don't think it is. That's pretty good. Yeah, I'm barely using my champion abilities at this point. Cool, cool.
Kill the Inquisitor! Death to our whole
Oh, but its cooldown time is long. Okay, maybe I am gonna keep my champion abilities on instead. Just because that is an incredibly long cooldown. I mean, it's a good ability, so I get it, but... Row, fight the power.
We should look around.
There's a lot of loose stone here, and an Avar axe. The woman at the beach said her cousin Runa went climbing. Maybe this is where she began. There, another trail marker. I think our mountain climber was here.
Let's hope she's not planning to trek out to the Frostbacks.
Maybe she is. You can't prove that.
Another marker, here.
You know, if she took better care of her art supplies, she wouldn't be dropping markers everywhere.
Over there.
Just in time! Join the fray! The fight's a worthy one!
Healthy attitude.
Well thought.
Oh.
I'd heard lowlanders were about...
Your cousin was...
Oh? Oh! The fishing... I must make an offering to the gods first. Shall I give your names in the prayer?
I'd be honored to be...
The spirits...
It is nice.
A precious gift, Inquisitor.
Generally helps to respect local tradition.
Sweet.
Having fun there, Inquisitor?
Yep. I think I'll try defying gravity, and you can't hold me down. I'm through accepting limits because the physics of the game tell me so. They say you can't glitch out and float, but I tried and now I know.
I just felt something.
Yeah, we're not finishing this DLC today, sadly.
Look, Harold.
Fascinating. Spirits rarely answer calls from those
Mostly because if we're gonna do an edgelord stream today, I'm gonna need to wrap up soon.
I'll tell Lena this tale. Perhaps a good story will put a smile on her face.
If we're going to get another stream in today, which we might not. It just sort of depends on a few things, because we have something this afternoon that we probably need to go over earlier than we've been for the past couple weeks. So that might cut into our edgelord stream, but we'll see. My plan is I'm gonna turn this quest in, and I might then call the stream a day. Actually, maybe I'll do these next 2 quests and then... Or, I just need to... Okay, is this a requisition thing?
May I help you, Inquisitor?
A spirit on the island. It told us that Ameridum was here on...
On Drusty's dimples. I may have received tenure
Okay,
from that sentence.
okay.
Americans
Just
had
that
a lot,
question.
and there were orders.
Okay, that might prevent us from doing... Do you think we should skip the edgelord stream then? Because we still need to have lunch.
It's up to you.
Yeah.
When I help, according...
like, don't get me wrong, I wanted to get to the point where we could post the next edgelord poll this weekend. But I'll have a long weekend coming up. I think, just so we have time to relax and not be too stressed, why don't we just skip an edgelord stream today? If you're okay with that. Because I know you like playing Persona 3.
Inquisitor Ameridan say the spirits.
Okay, so I'll post about it on Discord and Twitter, but I think we are going to cancel the edgelord stream later today. Just because what we have today takes priority. Cool, level up.
Have you found a way through that wall of ice around the Hackonites' old fortress?
You said that the jaws of Hakon.
What of it?
In our search for Inquisitor Ameridan, we learned that he came here to a dragon that came from the mountains with Avar warriors.
Your last Inquisitor must have fought well to stop Hakon himself. Well,
how do I... Maybe that's an operation that I need to do to finish this quest. I don't know.
Inquisitor.
Inquisitor.
No, it's not a... I don't know.
Let's see what we
Oh well,
have.
not a big deal.
Inquisitor.
Okay, so I'm going to be wrapping up the stream for today. Thank y'all for joining me. Like I said, I think we're going to skip the edgelord stream today. Yeah, but hopefully I'll be able to stream a lot more this coming week. Just because of me having some more time off. So, yeah, I'm not sure when, but I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye.